there's a story doing the rounds online that connects two of my interests, so I thought, fuck it, I'll comment on it. It seems like a disabled MP from Canada, Kent Hare, I think his name is, had to step down, or should I say wheel down, after allegations he couldn't deny that he made sexually inappropriate comments a while ago. Apparently he made rather lewd, crass comments to a woman about her legs while in an elevator. Though I don't quite understand why he didn't go to the defense. No, I was just awing over a pair of legs that work. Oh, look at them. They can walk. Sorry, that was a bit naughty of me, but yeah, anyway, this is a crass thing to say, and he really can't use his disability to get out of this one, and I don't see why some people are saying his disability should let him off from his behaviour. But it also raised the question, can some disabled men behave sexually inappropriately and think they're more likely to get away with it? So I had to think about this one, and obviously I had an answer. And the truth is, I think there are many factors at play here today, but the broad answer is yes. Firstly, I think a lot of disabled men, me included, are opportunists and realize they can perhaps get away with saying more and take full advantage of this. I've told the story on here a few times, I think, that's how my kind of humour had developed. Firstly, my sense of humour was based around just realising I could get away with practically anything and making the most crass jokes I could. Then my kind of social conscience gradually grew a bit, so I suddenly realised, shit, I might get away with these things, but I really shouldn't say them. So I like to think I kind of perfected the art of pretending to cross the line, but not really doing so. However, only you can judge if I'm successful at that. Also, although this applies less for the story, I think some disabled people lack the really close bonds they need to have people in their lives they can discuss intimate things with, so end up asking people these things whom they perhaps shouldn't. I have many a story of many bizarre interactions with other disabled men online revolving around conversations about sex. One guy I remember started discussing the problems he was having with his girlfriend and how she was severely disabled and he couldn't perhaps get enough of what he wanted. Which was quite weird to say to a random guy, but how I went for it. Think I was a bit drunk and quite nosy at the time. I felt quite intrigued. However, as the conversation went on, it then swung round to him asking me about my sexual preferences. I thought the conversation was about positions and styles that might work for both their disabilities, so I was suggesting things he could do that would perhaps work for both of them. But then he started asking me things like, so what porn do you watch? Do you like big tits? Admittedly, I think it was late at night. Might have had a few drinks before going on Facebook, so I didn't feel offended or violated by this conversation. I just thought it was bizarre that what I thought was something so specific about sex and disability ended up being quite a generic conversation about sex. So perhaps some disabled people have sexual feelings which they feel they have to oppress, but when they oppress them, they come out in bizarre places. But no matter how I try to explain the thinking behind this behavior, I can't even begin to justify it, and I shouldn't. So guys, if you're SPAC or not, it doesn't matter. Don't make lewd, sexually inappropriate comments at women, okay? Right, now for an end screen. Firstly, I'd like to shout out the amazing Scotch Drawers for drawing this absolutely badass picture of me. Seriously, I think I may look more fantastic in this than I do in real life. But now I'm gonna spoil the badassery of this picture by shoving some videos on it. So please click here, here, and here. And if you're not subscribed, click this button to be subscribed. Thank you.